Welcome to Hamilton County's Television's Business Ambassadors. I'm Christian Tombers, owner of Charlie Tango Productions. Today my guest is Andy McSheffrey from People First. Andy is an independent contractor, coach, and facilitator. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Christian. Thanks being here.
Tell me a little bit about People First and how you got started with the program.
People First was founded by Rick Doran. Rick worked for Allstate for over 25 years, and when he finished with Allstate, he felt he still had a lot more to do. So he began his consulting business back in, I want to say, 1990. And I met Rick right about that time up in the Chicago area. He did a few jobs with him. I used to be involved in the ropes course industry, doing challenge courses and that. And Rick would bring his clients out. We'd put them through a day of challenges, and then he'd go back and work with them, finding out what they discovered. So then Rick moved back down here, and I lost touch with Rick for quite a while. And then we moved here about 4.5 years ago now. And I remembered Rick, so somebody suggested contact Rick Doran. So I got a hold of Rick, gave him a call, and next thing you know, he goes, "Hey, you're perfect timing. I've got this client. I need some help with it." I stepped in about 2.5 years ago with this one client. We've been working together since. So it's working out really well.
Awesome. Yeah, I know Andy from Noblesville Marketing Group. He's a member of that organization, also from the Power Circle Network in Westfield. We meet every Friday morning at 9 o'clock at the First Merchants Bank. And tell me, exactly what does People First do? Is it for small businesses, large businesses?
No, it's the size of the business doesn't matter. It's the scope of the project. If you're looking for somebody to come in and work with one of your personnel, whether it be a line staff, manager, or C-level person, People First will come in and work with that person. If it's a team orientation or a department unit, we can work with that. Or if it's the entire organization that needs to be strategized around or worked with, we can do that. So we're very flexible in how we approach the job.
Okay. What specifically do you do with an individual or with a group or a company?
Well, first we sit down, we want to know what the goal of the situation is. If I come in and work with your company, I want to know, what are you trying to achieve, what's in the way, and how can we help? Once we have that worked out, then we'll start mapping out a plan. And through that plan, we're going to determine how long it's going to take, what the end result will be, and how it will affect you, the people around you, your company, and your customers. Once we have that plan set down, now the plans are great, but like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you punch them in the mouth. So your plans will have to shift now and then. But if you're organized, and that's the third thing we're going to look at, is how well organized are you? Does everybody know their role, their responsibility, who they report to? Is there a clear chain of command, clear chain of communication? Does everybody know it? Does everybody practice it? And if not, then we go to our fourth step, which is discipline. How well do people operate in their roles? How well are they accountable not only to each other in the day-to-day working, also with the customers, also with the executive level, but also with their own line staff? Are they accountable to each other? Do they hold each other accountable? Because if it's too loose, discipline falls apart, the organization's no good, the plan's shot, the goal will never be achieved. So once we get that down, get that set up, make sure there's proper consequences for bad behavior as well as good behavior. There's a rewards in place also, and people get the attaboys they need. Then we'll go to support. What kind of support is in the organization for people to take the chances to grow and develop and attain these goals? Do they support each other? Are they supported by the administration, by the management? Is this all one smooth flow, or are there breakdowns in between? If there's breakdowns, let's get rid of them, create breakthroughs. If it's a nice smooth flow, let's make a flow smoother. Flow smoother and quicker.
Okay.
Once we have that rolling, now what changes need to be made? Because if you're not going to make any changes, there's no point in us coming in, because you'll get what you've got. So since you want more or better, then you got to take some risk. Now they got to be intelligent, well thought out risk. It just can't be some foolhardy attempt. Know what you're trying to accomplish. Be prepared for mistakes, because they will occur. But if you're learning from them, that's great. You'll advance faster. If you're afraid to make a mistake, you're not going to grow very fast, if you grow at all, because you'll always play it safe and stay where it's comfortable. Our job is to push you out of that, get you to the edge. Where can you go next? What can you do? What's one step beyond what you've already done? How can we get you there? Now, for all that to happen, there's got to be a level of passion and enthusiasm, not only for the goal, but for the organization and for the individuals. If people aren't happy with what they're doing, if they're not excited, it's our work is senseless. There's no point in bringing us in. But if you got people who are excited and really want to accomplish something, bring us in. If you're having the opposite problem, where there's a lot of disgruntlement, morale is in the toilet, call us in for that. We're very good at that. We'll come in and find out what's blocking people.
Mm-hmm.
How are they blocking themselves? Because most of the time that's what happens. It's nothing from the outside, it's usually internal. So our job is basically setting up in those 7 steps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Communicate well, have a solid plan, get organized, be disciplined, get the support you need, take a risk, and maintain enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm. What's the time frame on a typical program? Does it vary depending on the company or
It
issues?
depends upon the company, the issues, the number of people involved. It can be anything from maybe a few months to a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I understand you had a program called COSA, C-O-S-A. What did that stand
Well,
for?
COSA is basically the 4 principles every company's got to operate with.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to challenge your employees as well as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If people aren't challenged, they get bored, and they're going to start sloughing off, and you're going to see production go down.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the challenge, give them the opportunity now to take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Show them there's possibilities. Show them they can grow, they can develop, they become something more than what they are. Either at the individual level, like say you're working here, you want to be the production manager. Well, here's the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to challenge you to take care of this and do this. If you can do this, at some time you will move up into that production capability. So you get the opportunity. Now the next thing is support. Sure, I can challenge you, I can give you opportunities, but if I don't support you, give you the tools, the resources, anything you need, if you need it, I should be there with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I'm not providing that, then the problem is on me, not on you. And last of all, I need to appreciate and acknowledge everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not doing that, you feel like nobody cares, it doesn't matter what I do, no one's paying attention, you'll start letting go of things.
Mm-hmm. Andy, do you have an example of a company, you don't have to mention names unless you choose
Sure.
to, where your services made a difference?
Sure.
What it was before and then the after?
Yeah, there was a company in Chicago I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it was a large aviation project.
Okay.
When they came in, there was a lot of backstabbing going on.
Mm-hmm.
They had brought people from the city in to handle the airport function, and the airport wasn't too crazy about having the city people come in. So it was my job to come in, get those sides together, and then the city staff pull them together, because there was also infighting going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So once we got rid of some of those impediments, or what do you want to call them, mixed gears,
Mm-hmm.
pull them out, put in fresh people, get a fresh perspective on things, and get them all pointed in the same direction, made a world of difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that was a major organization that you worked
Major
with.
organization,
Can
yeah.
you think of a small mom and pop situation that you can?
Yeah, right now I'm doing some work with a local nonprofit.
Okay.
Or they have a training class.
Mm-hmm.
And I come in for every training class they have and work with the students on how to make the class more effective.
Mm-hmm.
How to get out of each other's way. Stop the gossiping, the sniping, the backbiting, things of that nature. Also how to focus on getting a goal accomplished with people you may not be too crazy about, but you have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they leave this program, they're going into the work world.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to be prepared to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just have a skill, but have an aptitude and attitude.
Okay.
Because as often happens, you can have a skill, but if
Mhm.
your aptitude and attitude aren't right, the skill's worthless.
Right, I
I can
agree.
teach you a skill.
Mhm.
I can't teach you the aptitude and attitude.
Yeah.
You have
Okay.
to find that.
Very good. Sounds like your services, whether it be for a small business or large major corporations, kind of pay for themselves and help advance the business forward.
Totally.
How are your fees structured?
Again, it depends on the scope of the project.
Mhm.
How often are we going to be meeting? How many people are we meeting with? Do I have to bring in outside people to help on something like this?
Mhm.
Because we've done large events for corporations, come in, you do the full, what they call team building.
Mhm.
I hate that term, because in a one-day program, you're not going to build a team.
Mhm.
It's more about icebreakers and things of that, get to know each other, company-wide. There's some of these corporations, they're all over the country, some are all over the world.
Mhm.
They may talk on a screen now and then, they may talk on a phone, maybe send emails back and forth. But when you bring them together, now's the chance we get to know that person,
Mhm.
understand them, and that's our job. We come in, we'll have activities we arrange, and we'll also present the activities with the idea of relating them back to the workplace.
Mhm. Okay.
It's called experiential learning. play a game. What'd you learn from the game? How does that apply to the workplace?
Mhm. And if I, as a company, were to hire you and have you come in and provide your services, how do I know that it's going to work? Because it seems like it's all individualized.
Well, you bring me in, I'm different. I give you a money-back guarantee.
Really?
Yeah. If you bring me in and we can agree on the goal and how we're going to get there and what we're going to need, and I do everything I can do, you do everything you can do,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't hit it, you shouldn't be paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
That means somebody's not doing their job, and more than likely that's going to be me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing everything I ask you to do, and we're following that plan, even with the breakdowns, and it doesn't happen, why should I be charging you for something I didn't do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's that most consultant companies don't operate on that.
Mm-hmm.
They come in, they charge you, you pay them. At the end of the program, oh, well, we give it our best effort and
Mm-hmm.
walk away. No, I don't believe in that.
So you have a money-back guarantee.
Money-back guarantee.
That is rare.
You bring me in, I coach you, I go for the goal, and I'm not going to stop until we get that goal. If you determine at any point that you don't want any more of this, we'll stop at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say, you're not listening to me, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and you can prove that, boom.
Okay. I'm also hearing you saying is you're not doing it for us. We have to work together.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I can't coach a person who doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, a baseball player going up to bat. You spend 6 months with him in spring training and the first part of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still not swinging the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to blame you. Well,
Right.
no, you didn't do your job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not taking responsibility for that. But if I have trained you and you go up there, and I have trained you to swing the bat wrong, and that can be pointed out, then it's my responsibility.
Okay. Andy, do you have any particular events or workshops or anything
We
coming
have a
up?
workshop coming. We just had one last week on
Okay.
customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, it's, if you can read this, I don't know if that comes through on the screen. It's called 12 Steps to Customer Trust.
Okay.
Now, most customer service programs are focused on the guy coming through the door,
Mm-hmm.
coming up to your register. Customer service, treat him nice. You go into a person's home and do a skill, treat him nice. Well, that's great. But true customer service starts internally.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle your employees? How do they handle each other? You build that up first. Get them trusting each other, collaborating, supporting, cheering each other on, holding each other accountable. You do all of that, that flows out naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And when a person walks into your business and they see that kind of an atmosphere, they're excited about working with you now.
Mm-hmm.
If you take care of each other that way, he knows they'll be taken care of too.
Okay. If somebody wanted to learn more about your programs and have a complimentary consultation with you, how do they get in touch with you?
There should be information on the bottom of the screen. Give me a call.
Okay.
Send me an email. I'll be more than happy to contact you.
And that number is 317?
No, that's people first, 317-988-3187.
Okay.
Or you can contact me personally at 773-908-3187.
Okay. And I'm Christian Tombers, owner of Charlie Tango Productions, thinksales101.com.
We have a problem. I just noticed the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, we can fix that in the
Yeah.
afterwards. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
We'll get the right numbers out there.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm Christian Tombers, owner of Charlie Tango Productions, thinksales101.com. And Andy, I want to thank you for...
Well, Christian, on
Long
behalf
stuff
of Rick
first.
Doan and people first, thank you.
All right.
Fun
Awesome.
activity. Enjoyed
Great.
it.
Thank you.